Hello everyone, this is the Mgtow Cowboy. Greetings and salutations. I have another video for you. In this video, I'm going to speak in code because it's necessary to do that these days to protect yourself. I'm going to talk about the realities of being a bachelor in a major city and the decisions that you have to make to get what you need in an environment where it is hostile for a man to get what he wants. So just listen very carefully. You'll pretty much get it. I know a person who's a lot like me. He looks like me. He dresses like me. He acts like me. He speaks like me. He's as tall as me. He's as handsome as me. But he's not me, you know? He's not. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about someone else. But there is someone I know, he's just like me. And I'll leave it at that. This person is my friend, and I like him. And I have a very close relationship with him. And, again, he's not me. But he's just like me. Probably looks just like me, too. Alright, enough of that. There's this person I know, and, he has gone Mgtow. And he lives the bachelor lifestyle. And he has, carnal desires. He has not gone monk. He still decides to spend time with women. And I'm going to describe to you what he does. So, I know all about him, so I can tell you in detail. When he was in his late 20s and 30s, he realized that, it's really hard. Or as they say, the juice is not worth the squeeze. He realized that it's really hard to establish and maintain a relationship with today's modern women. So he decided to go an alternate route. I'm going to tell you an anecdote right now of his very first encounter with what you would call a lady of the night. Otherwise known as a whore or a prostitute. He was driving in his car, and he noticed this woman. She was maybe not the prettiest woman. In fact, frankly, she was probably a little haggard. But whatever, he ended up meeting up with her and bringing her back to his place, and he had a sexual encounter with her. And it was very thrilling. The whole bit. The danger of picking her up. The thrill of knowing that what you're doing is illegal and it's considered wrong and immoral. And of course, the actual the fear of the agony that you might face is part of the thrill. Part of the thrill comes from knowing the agony, the pain and the suffering, the agony that you will face if you get caught, and then experiencing the ecstasy of not getting caught and getting what you want and winning. And after that, there were I liken it to like a timber wolf or a wolf or some sort of predatory animal who maybe gets a taste of human blood. A dog who's maybe mixed with a wolf, or an actual wolf that's always been too scared to hunt a human, and then he finally does it, and he tastes the human's blood. As the saying goes, once the animal gets the taste for human blood, once the animal gets a taste for blood, it's much more likely to attack a human again, because it knows, number one, that it can be done, and it can be done with success, and so it is to be feared even more. So what I'm trying to say is, after that first time, it was on. It was on. And then what happened was, this person I know became very skilled at picking up these streetwalkers, or these ladies of the night, as I will refer to them. He became very skilled. And this person that I know has told me all about it and all the little strategies that you want to employ. And I'm going to tell them to you now in the next 5 minutes. So the first time is the scariest, it really is. But then it just gets easier. It just gets easier and easier, and then it can get to a point where maybe not after a couple weeks or months, but definitely after a couple of years, you can see yourself almost as like a seasoned veteran. Here's how it works. Yeah, you can do it during the day, and this person has. It could happen at any time, but mostly 9 times out of 10, you do it at night. Definitely when the sun goes down. You go out in a car. There are known areas of the city, and you drive around, and you look for women that are giving off certain signs or certain cues that they are looking for a company. They call it a date. And the term that they use is turning tricks. They say that you're a trick. You learn some of the parlance, apparently. They ask you if you're looking for a date. They call you a trick. They're hoes. And you drive around to certain areas of the city, find out where these types of ladies congregate. You drive around and you look for one that you think is nice looking. And then you pick them up, and typically they don't want to go very far. They're looking for a very quick transaction, and they're looking for cash. And that works. And this person I know has done that. But you can matriculate to a much higher level. You can get to a point where you can meet these women, and over time you can screen them, you can vet them. And what ends up happening is you can essentially construct for yourself a stable of these women where you have regulars. So says this person that I know. You have regulars. You have their phone number. They have your phone number. And then you can build a relationship with them to the point where you've known some of them for years. And next thing you know, it's years have gone by, and you have a little black book, and you've got, ideally you want to have as many as possible, but if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you should have at least a handful of women where on any given weekend, all you have to do is make a phone call, and within an hour you have an arrangement set up. Or actually typically it's not even phone calls anymore, they're more like text messages. and everything is in code. You know, and that's the thing. Like once you get to know these women who are regulars, nothing has to be in code anymore. She knows what is to be expected, and so do you. You just, my friend, this person I know, related to me that all you have to do is, it could be once you get to the point where you have these regulars, all you have to do, you can get to a point where you can just text one of these girls. You don't even have to text them an entire sentence. Text them one word. For example, today, ? And they know what that means. And then you send that out to, let's say, all 5 girls that you know. And one of them will answer. And here's another thing, these women, they have their own lives. They have, typically they have their own children. They have their own, problems in life and things that they have to do, and they have off days, and so they're not all available at any given time. But when there's a plethora of them, your chances of striking success with at least one of them goes up precipitously. So the more you have, the better, because the more you have, one of them's going to be available. And that is, according to this person I know, not me, right? According to this person I know, that's how you do it. And it literally gets to the point where you can be a man in your early 30s and you can be having all the sex you want. And you don't have to marry anyone. And if you're really, concerned, as you should be, about getting AIDS or something, or whatever, any manner of STDs or whatever, you put on a Jimmy hat. You do what you got to do. But then the point is, you end up getting what you want. And we live in a society where you're told, essentially, men's sexuality is constantly attacked and belittled and shamed, and but a woman's sexuality is not. Women are praised. If a man declares his sexuality, he is shamed, and he's nasty, and he's a pervert, and he's no good, and he's a bad man. He's a bad man. But if a woman has sexual needs and she talks about them, then she's amazing and good, and she's just, expressing her whatever BS. Female sexuality is accepted, and now it's actually promoted. Male sexuality, even to this day, is you're made to feel ashamed. Male sexuality is still bashed. It doesn't make any sense to me, but so again, this person I know, he's totally against the current mating and dating paradigm. He has gone through a catharsis where he used to think that prostitution is wrong, but now he doesn't think that it's wrong. He actually thinks that it's right. He actually thinks that marriage is a form of prostitution. It's a form of prostitution that makes the man servile. It makes the man sign a long-term contract that serves the woman, when the same goal can be accomplished by pursuing many, many short-term, short contracts with many different women. But the man still gets the same thing. And if you think about it, it's very honest. It's value for value. The man knows what he's getting. The woman knows what he's getting. It's an immediate transfer of, resources or whatever, money or whatever, or time or whatever the woman wants, and then whatever the man wants. And we know what the man wants. And then you just work it out. And it's just one of those, defining moments in a man's life where, I'm reminded of TFM. I can't remember which episode or which season or whatever, but I remember I was listening to TFM, or Turd Flinging Monkey, once, and he was talking about how in the future The men who get what they want are going to be a certain type of man. And these men are going to be men who, for lack of a better term, they skirt the law. They're essentially going to be like they're going to be like mini gangsters. Of course, I'm not advocating any criminal behavior. Right? I'm not. I'll say that right now, officially. I do not condone any criminal behavior. I'm just saying that as this person I know, this guy who's just like me, he's not me, but he's just like me. He's come to realize that, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to get what you want. Be very careful. Obviously, you never want to get caught doing anything, but, you should get your needs met. And if there are ways that you can do that are outside of the prescribed methods, the pre-selected, methods that are offered to you, then do it. And that's all I have to say. And you're not a criminal for doing that. What you figure out once you get older, once you figure it out, you start to think, wait a minute, I'm not the criminal. It's the government that's the criminal. It's all these rules that are put upon me that don't serve me, that pathologize me and criminalize me. They're the criminals. I'm not the criminal. So I'll leave it at that. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Mgtow Cowboy. If you like the video, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and please share. And you guys have a good rest of your evening. All right, bye now.